Good evening, dear viewers at PÖFF TV. Black Nights Film Festival in Tallinn, Estonia, and we are glad to introduce you one of most established, famous directors from Romania, Adrian Sitaru. Adrian, you've been almost in all most important festivals, A-class, and finally we are welcoming you here in Tallinn in Rebels with a Cause competition with your most recent film, Blindsight. I know, Adrian, that you are experimenting a lot with form of cinema and you are making many shorts, but Blindsight is like a film journey for you from Romania to Turkey.
Yeah.
And so firstly, I'm very curious if you were shooting in chronological order as we see.
Hello everyone, first of all, and thanks Edvinas and the other members of the crew who selected my films here. In a way, it's very good for myself. It seems to be still a rebel. We'll see if I will continue or not. If I shoot in order, probably not, but I know that I started with the first film from the scene and the shooting, and I think actually like 80% of the film was shooted chronologically, but for sure we had some scenes that I didn't follow the chronology. But yeah, it was because I have to say, I don't know if actually it's the first interview. It's I have to say that I had a script, but I never gave it to the actors. So in a way, I expected all the time. They knew more or less the situation, of course, the characters, and we talk and we did many rehearsals. But for me, it was important never to know what's happening there. And in a way, yes, in this way of working, you need to follow a chronological way to follow the story, because at the end of the day, I was inspired from the next day of how to continue. Even we knew the location and more or less or the situation.
So anybody among ensemble of actors, we did not read full script?
No, nobody read the script. Actually, maybe Bogdan, the Bogdan Albulescu, who is Ovidiu in the film, he knew in a certain point in the rehearsal, I consider that it's important to know what it's about, maybe to know what to play, but actually I never gave him lines or the script. I just told him a little bit more about the story than to the others.
Adrian, this means as well what other actors did not know what their colleagues will do.
Yeah. They have a kind of freedom, and they actually this more or less the same strategy of working. I did it in Illegitimate. That was maybe I didn't experiment it with the form, but with the way of acting. And Illegitimate, my fourth feature, it was made only from the first take. I mean, literally, it was only one take, but maybe longer takes. Here, I have a script, and I did some takes for Blindsight, but yes, they never know what's happening exactly, and even for the takes that I did, I tried to change something or to reshape somehow their behavior. So it was actually it was the only way possible to do this film. Actually, we shot in 20 days. It's very short for a film, but we improvised, and sometimes I left what's happening and in the shooting for more than half an hour to see what's
and so following up, it is revealed, but this Ukrainian twist in the boat, it was unexpected to all other actors.
Yes, it was unexpected. Maybe they expected something, because, as I said, I did a kind of rehearsal. So I try to study for myself what's happening in some situation, and we've been in 1 year or 1 or 2 years before the shooting in a kind of retreat for 7 days, and I tried to pass through the whole situation. It was a situation with the boat, and I think it was something in the boat they discovered, but it was not Ukrainian. It was quite different, but I tried to see what's happening if they have a surprise there. But yeah, especially for me was important to for Ioana Flora, Laura, the main character, and the actress to not know anything, because in a way this is about the film. You are losing the connection with the reality and with your own memory. What's happening? You are a bit lost. And indeed, Ioana Flora, the actress, was a bit lost literally, because she had a kind of anxiety when we shot, and in the evenings she called me, Adi, let's talk, I'm a bit afraid, what's happening, I feel, stay calm, this is important, trust me, it's good for the film and for your this anxiety to be a bit real. It's not a horror film, I didn't put in danger her life. It was actually, I think she's a very perfectionist person, and she tried to control everything. She's a great actress, so not having a script and not knowing what's happening, she became a little bit anxious, or not paranoid, but I think she helped, and from a certain moment she trusts us, and she trusts me, and she followed her own instincts.
Adrian, yesterday I think I was, as always, scrolling my Facebook or Instagram, and I read a message or post by Adrian Silişteanu, your director of photography, and he clearly wrote that this is probably his most challenging work as a DOP. And to me it's incredible. It's like a masterpiece of cinematography. How you trick together with Adrian. You worked almost on all films,
I think we
at least feature films.
Most of the
shorts. I know that once I asked you, but I did not get also a clear answer how it was done, because your camera makes us believe that maybe each actor has this camera in their hands, or maybe fixed on their bodies.
No. Actually, it was only. Actually, we tested a lot, because I have to say the film it's made only from the POVs of two characters, and we try very much to follow. Also, we try a stylistic. I don't want to spoil it too much. And we try many devices how to shoot it to have a bit of how to put it, artificiality in the movements, also to feel like a POV. Maybe the closest reference was for us the POV from the computer games. So for this we check a lot of cameras and devices, and actually how it was shot, it was a camera on a device, but Silişteanu, the DOP, never touched the camera. He has a kind of like a tablet, like iPad, in his hands, and with this he moved the how is called the objective of the camera. So he never put his own hands on the camera to move it. So in this way and some other settings, we created a kind of particular way of movement for the main character. What is interesting that for my first feature film in 2005, we shot it with Adrian Silişteanu like DOP and Ioana Flora like main actress. It was called Hooked in English. It was the same POV, totally 100% feature film made from POV. It was very different. It was a common camera and it was handheld, but it was actually I think in 2005 we tested a lot, and we understood how to work together and how the DP and also the actor knows how to move together and how to act behind the camera, because the Ioana Flora, when was her POV all the time, stayed behind the camera, and she had to talk with the actors, but the actors are talking with the camera. It's not easy for acting, especially when you are improvising. And yeah, maybe it's interesting to see a kind of making of. And maybe tomorrow at the Q&A, Adrian Silişteanu will tell more about some techniques.
But in some shots we even see of actors or characters' hands. And
we try to not put too much, but when it's important, actually it was her hands. It's impossible with that camera that we shot actually to be put on her body or something. It was because it was a huge device. So when we need hands, this was directed, or how to put it. It was a mise en scène. So we asked her to do and to make with her hands, and sometimes she didn't even know. Didn't even see what she's doing, because only Silişteanu saw what's happening there. And also in some other situation we had her hands shot it on blue screen, and then we did VFX for the film. It was quite difficult for the actors, and it was actually the easiest part of the shooting, because being in Turkey in a very wild area, mountains, and on a lake, but it's a lake, Van Lake, at 100, 600 altitude. It looks like a sea. It was very, very difficult for the whole crew and for the actors, and with this kind of device, in a way simplified the shooting, or this concept simplified. On the other hand, was tough for.
And when you created challenges to yourself, including different animals, dogs, we see also some seagulls, everything with unplanned, horses or donkeys.
I don't know. I have this. It's not something that you put in the script consciously. It's something that probably it's connected with my life, and probably you see many of my films, and I have Colivia, that is about a bird. I have another short called Lord, about a dog. I have Domestic, my third feature, that it's people and their domestic animals. So somehow I'm connected with animals in my life. I have a dog. I'm not so animal people, but for me it's important how, and in a film to see how this, and also working in improvisation, I realized that the animals actually, if you do what naturally is doing, or the actors are doing what is naturally, the animals are connected naturally, and you don't need to direct or to put them how to do it. In the preparation, I had a discussion for a dog that was very trained, and it was so expensive. It was so expensive that I said, I cannot pay so much money for a dog. Actually, it's just a dog that needs to do what. Anyway, I don't know what the actors will do in the film. In some situation, they have the freedom to improvise. So what to ask for from the dog? So I tried to look exactly how I'm looking sometimes to the actors, that this kind of character and principle and values probably it's fitting in the film, and even he's improvising probably will fit with the character. So I choose a much cheaper dog, not trained for films. And this was the story of the dog that was perfect for the film. And yes, when I saw this, it was shot on an isle with the seagulls, was of course perfect. It was instinctively
so many shots with birds and animals were taken accidentally.
Yeah.
And Adrian, did you need to to show to a script or your idea to Turkish authorities for permission to shoot?
Actually, I'm not sure. For sure, they have a script, the co-producers, and because they applied in Turkey for money, but I'm not sure who read it and if they agree or not. We have to ask the producer, Anna Maria, maybe. This.
And you also use some archive footage.
Yeah.
Some of them you shot by yourself with actors. Some footage you took from elsewhere.
Yeah. I mixed. In a way, all my films or our films. When we are doing films, I think we are talking about ourselves and our history. I consider, again, naturally and normal to use. And I asked Joanna Flora if you have some picture with your children, but she didn't agree to use the face of her children, so I mixed up a little bit. But I still used some picture from her archive when she is young. But also I use pictures from my archives with my daughter when she was. So it was a mixture of from our archives with something that we found on internet, and of course we asked for the rights. So it's a mixture of. But common memory.
But can we say that it is a Blindsight? It's a bit personal film to you, or no?
Yeah, I think it's very personal in a way, because for me the film it's about memory and how much the memory defines us and how much important is to know who we are and who are the people we are loving. And in the same time, I think I'm concerned in a way, and I'm concerned still my second feature, Best Intentions, that when I was in a moment with my mother that I didn't lost her, but I was afraid that I lost her memory. She has a stroke and AVC, and I thought that she cannot recognize me anymore, and I was afraid to lose her love, not to lose her physically, but to lose her. And I think in Blindsight I tried to connect the memory, because without memory we don't know who we are, who are the person who are loving. So in a way, in short, I would say that memory is love, or love, it cannot exist without memory. So these two things I try to put together. And also I have this big question mark about technology, how probably we will try to solve this weak point of our species, that we are dying and we are losing, and also we need to preserve the people that we are love in a way or another. So I probably try to question myself how I will do with my parents, but maybe how my daughter will do when everyone is in danger to cognitively to be degraded and to know who.
Very philosophical.
Yeah, but are very in a way also natural questions and fears about what.
And to wrap up our discussion today, maybe you can also a bit say about this blinking camera effect and how it was done.
It was very easy. I tried to, I don't know, I said it's important because Gaspar Noé used it in Enter the Void. So being a POV, I said maybe we need a blink. I don't know if I'm spoiling too much, but I said a little bit about technology. I think the technology will try to more and more to imitate the life, or through VR, through AI, through all this, to imitate how we are seeing the world. So I saw in some computer games that it's used this effect. And I said that it's good for the film and for the story of the film conceptually, also to use it like making some time lapses, in the film. So for editing and to create also, how to put it, a sense of lost the reality or what's happening for the main character. In a way, I try to put through all the form that I created in Blindsight the viewer in the shoes of the main character. How I did it technically, it was very simple. It was fade in, fade out. Because at the beginning we said, maybe we need some CGI, very smart, but it's very, very simple. Fade in, fade out from black, but in 2 or 3 frames. So it's
Mulțumesc, Adrian.
Cu plăcere,
Thank you very much. I think we did not spoil anything.
I hope so.
The biggest secrets of this film will be revealed in cinema, and especially ending, which is still one of the best endings to me, most memorable endings this year. Thank you
so
for
much.
being with
No,
us.
I have to thank you being here, and I'm very glad to be a rebel.